And imagine that when I pitched this 5 days ago to Gabor and his team, and to everyone, I somewhat arrogantly asked Csaba's team to send out a camera, that if this becomes a company worth several tens of millions of dollars, it will be great. The initial moments. And then my friend Imre came up with the idea that, hey, listen, if the cameras are already here, then why don't we do this in 30 days? A company worth approximately 1 billion Hungarian forints, which is the currency, from 3 million forints. I asked them not to cut it. My movements are still very tennis-like. I should practice much more. I thought padel would be easy, but I quickly realized that it is a completely different terrain. It's just like business, perhaps. If you are starting something new, it may not succeed right away. Congratulations. But next week is coming soon. Next week I will undoubtedly, absolutely, most certainly, without a doubt, beat you.
Zsigmond not only wanted to speed up his heart rate, but also the financial plan, so he called Bettina.
So both for the revenue side and for the expense side, go ahead and do it. That you will complement the financial plan, okay? And then you will send it to me like that, because then we will at least see an approximate number, approximately. So now let's validate yesterday's numbers so that we can model them in the financial plan. Is that good?
Okay, I just simply have a question regarding this. Were we talking about net or gross prices yesterday? Because we still haven't, in fact, put a period at the end of the VAT question.
So have we even opened the question of VAT? No. But I don't think it needs to be opened either, since an American company will be providing the service. In theory, you actually shouldn't have to pay VAT, but I don't know.
The VA issue promises to be tricky, but another dilemma was already spinning in Zsigmond's mind. How and with whom will they spread the word about YoloAI when their advertising strategy basically doesn't exist yet?
Hello there, my dear.
Hi, my darling. So, well, what's new?
I just got back from training. I'm completely exhausted. Listen! However, I was thinking in the car that we are now on the 5th day. And these are all the whole influencer story and how these influencers will come to be. How much should we pay them to find them? Who fits into the framework at all, perhaps, etc., etc.? How is this possible?
We won't say this first, you need to decide. How many influencers we would like? This is the first. The other one is the vision, as well, in the overall plan. I will look for the biggest influencers, especially those we are in a friendly circle.
I would like all of it. Good. And actually that's fine, but how much is it going to cost? I understand that all of them, but now knowing your posts, I assume they are roughly the same. The postal workers at the biggest companies, and I won't even mention the foreigners.
Those who are in the circle of friends will definitely do it, so there's no need.
I understand still.
At least that's how I see it. And we need to make them believe in this matter and how they want to share this in their personal and professional lives on their own, so that they can see that this is actually truly the future.
If you don't have a secret weapon at hand, such as a beautiful influencer wife, or perhaps another advantage, then with the following strategy. Let's try to perhaps approach the influencers. If we don't have the money to pay for the first posts, then we will find them with a message and vision.
The future of education. We need to reach out to influencers like you, who are also moms, and they are focused on their children. Regarding education, they undoubtedly and wholeheartedly believe in their children's education, and they firmly believe in it, that their children should be educated in a way that the future is not left behind in the education system, but definitely the future. And if we can indeed communicate this to those influencers just as you believe in it, then we might potentially be able to present 1 or 2 segments of content initially at the beginning, that they say, yes, I am absolutely joining this movement.
Although we cannot afford them in the first 2 to 3 weeks, in the medium to long term, much more can be gained. They can potentially gain significantly more than the cost of 2 or 3 posts today. In addition, they can stand by a truly good cause and strengthen their social responsibility, like
an unexpected message about the influencer's diverted attention. Zsigmond visibly became more tense.
My lab results have just arrived.
And rating.
5 values are abnormal, and out of those, 2 are outstanding. NCV. I am also calling the doctor regarding NCH, RDV, CV, and PV.
Well, let's say perhaps indeed it's a good idea.
Of course, she will not likely pick it up. But really, how am I supposed to know what these are from my mother?
I hate this so much, it's not true. Now don't get so worked up about it. You know very well that I constantly stress about this. You always paint the devil on the wall.
Okay, well, yes, good, thanks.
Well, but you can also ask the AI. No? Well, really.
Are you crying?
Vivi became very emotional because she knows that this is a difficult topic for me. I was 28 years old. As a father of 2 children, during a routine screening, a 5, and a small half-centimeter malignant tumor was found on my thyroid. Immediate surgery and multiple sessions of radiotherapy that were awaited me. This was one of the hardest times in my life.
Genius.
Good.
Brilliant. I loaded it and I told it to interpret and explain simply, in a comprehensive and detailed manner, what it shows and beautifully displays it. I don't know. Here it is. Look at the INR. The blood coagulation level is normal. What did I find earlier on? C-reactive protein, an inflammatory marker, is within the normal range.
Zsigmond was surprised at how clearly ChatGPT summarized the lab results. The idea was born. They should incorporate a lab results explanation feature into YoloAI as well.
Oh, this is very good. I will reach out to Gabor to discuss whether we can proceed with this plan and to thoroughly examine any potential drawbacks or negative consequences that might arise from it. Hello, Gabor. Do you have by any chance 2 minutes? Uh-huh. Hey, I just got home.
Zsigmond told Gabor that Vivian's practical side kicked in again, and she came up with a really good suggestion.
We can definitely put this within YoloAI, not in the student section. But I would definitely like to have fun, or I can help with that too. I am absolutely sure that many people often encounter this common problem. And once again, it's something that could be loaded into ChatGPT and everything, but since YOLO is already there, if we have it in hand, then let's indeed help educate people that you can use this to pay attention to. Is this solvable?
As usual, Gabor carefully examined the idea from all angles.
Health data is indeed critical data, as defined by the European Union according to GDPR. We also need to carefully pay attention to what advice is given. It tells you to take 3 more potassium tablets. Meanwhile, you'll knock yourself out from it, and that won't be good.
Well, but fundamentally, the AIs don't handle this, do they, the AI engines?
No, not for things like that. They will treat as much as you have seen and get in touch with your primary doctor. This needs to be taken into account, and clearly the matter can be prompted well.
And indeed, we can construct upon this a system that, by the way, if AI also would give back to take 3 potassium tablets. Are we currently and actively monitoring this ongoing situation as well?
Yes, the encouraging news is that the major platforms are certainly paying attention to this, and that I also use such security measures in education. They can be applied here as well in a variety of contexts. Just to run another round with this, a good idea anyway. Look really brilliant.
Give it a try. Try it out because
it really describes it brutally well.
Incredible. You really. And you know, it says on the lab results CHP, oh, but it's written incorrectly. So what does this mean? I don't know. C-reactive protein, inflammatory marker, HDL cholesterol, good. The cholesterol is within the normal range. LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, is higher than normal, which may potentially indicate cardiovascular risk and thus. And then you ask what exactly is cardio, what is it? Vascular risk, and then pay attention. It will display this. Cardiovascular risk shows how likely someone is to have a heart attack, and cardiovascular disease such as heart attack, stroke, or and other related conditions. Is suffering from atherosclerosis specifically is still writing, overweight, obesity, diabetes. Listen, you know, and we can do it in such a way that perhaps eventually at some point, not within the 2 weeks, it won't be open. It is important to note that it takes the answers from the internet, and I might be pushing the boundaries right now, but how do we do it? Essentially, effectively a vector database into which we upload a significant amount of data, medical article and health documents such as, and takes it from there.
Well, the fitness wellness would go much more smoothly, that's the story. Well-being things can also come from the medical field, including a wide range of treatments and therapies. Whoever uses it will certainly be able to respond well. But this is a good idea. I no longer believe that it belongs to the global gateway of YoloEdu.
What if we considered the potential benefits and opportunities of establishing such a foundation here? And what if we made a spin-off? So we have YoloEdu and we would create a YoloMed.
From this function, which would help explain labor results, a new product could emerge. Could indeed also be born under the name YoloAI medication, which is specifically would be based on healthcare services.
Zsigmond met with his old friend, musician Heinz Gabor, whom everyone knows as Biga.
We go.
Come on.
Did Netflix by any chance come to the meeting?
If as part of a challenge you can achieve this YOLO in 30 days, with 3 million forints, at least, we would gradually build it up over time to ultimately become a company worth approximately 1 billion forints. All of this in front of the cameras, the guys are here.
What a great idea. Whether you believe it, since you talked about the project like this, I simply can't get it out of my head. It continuously inspires. New ideas keep coming, like always. First of all, the basic idea is genius. I started to think about that engine, like that knowledge base or that database. What essentially drives this whole thing, just like a similar browser search story, where it draws its nourishment from and what knowledge base it draws upon.
Biga came up with an exciting idea.
Either we should create a publishing house, or we should involve a publisher who is not necessarily only literary history, cookbooks, language books, and other similar works, but generally has a broader range in its capabilities, applications, functionalities, and potential uses. And I thought it would be good not only for this reason, but also for another very important one. It would indeed be good to collaborate or work together with a publisher if possible. I would indeed be richer with an experience that includes a lot of aspects. We could see what is possible, that with their experience, a completely clear story that we cannot very clearly see into. So this could be a collaboration with which we could maximize the whole story. Moreover, the punchline is that I have a very good line. My partner works with the Alexandra Publishing House. Alexandra Publishing House is among the largest and oldest publishers. Moreover, Alexandra is an extremely motivating and motivated personality who can truly and deeply empathize and really immerse themselves in things, himself and perhaps his own attitude. And
if the knowledge is already here, let's make a publishing house that specifically focuses in a detailed manner. And it is not only given to YoloAI, but to all generative AIs, collects these works and other materials protected by copyright. We offer authors the opportunity to have their works stored in a protected database with the highest level of security. We protect their books, and we help them with the accounting. And from that point on, we, as the world's first AI publisher, the innovative and pioneering generative AI publisher, we are uniquely positioned to contract and collaborate with major generative AI companies and organizations with more advanced LLM systems such as OpenAI, and from that point on, if they take it from us, then we will essentially, in a way that is similar to the well-known music streaming service known as Spotify, create the Spotify of the market protected by copyright. So we can essentially and potentially create the Spotify of the book market.
well, this is funny now.
And you can bring us together. About Alexandra? Yes, absolutely.
And he will be the person who will approach it with full openness. Loves brand new things.
I'll look it up. Let's say tomorrow.